The next stage of actions in fencing and footwork is achieving the time and the distance. Fencing a game of timing and distance, rhythm and tempo. Okay? When my athletes are practicing, we often practice to music. So they have at least the idea of rhythm and timing playing in the background. Okay? So they have to learn how to make changes. We already introduced the concept of variety of tempo in that we did small advances, medium advances, big advances, small retreats. All right? Make sure when you're having them do command footwork and you're leading that they also, it's not always exactly the same. When you are giving command footwork, please do not use the same boring, ordinary tone of voice all the time. Use variety. Break up the timing and the rhythm and tempo of your voice. Sometimes be softer. Sometimes be louder. Big advance. Advance. Big retreat. Medium retreat. Using this tone helps the athlete better feel the rhythm of their feet and makes your instruction more interesting also. Okay? And again, whenever you're going to have the student focus on their footwork exercises, leave out the hands. Step out, press up, sit down. Okay? Now, you have, hopefully, they have learned not to move like that, but to. So, this could be 1, 2, 1, 2. But we want to try to get them to learn a one tempo advance. Front foot, both feet come down at the same time. Now, retreating, it's always going to be 1, 2. That's okay. 1, 2. But advancing, 1. Yeah, this has come down, but that's really the finish. And have the students listen. Hardly heal anything. And you really want them to going to pick up and put down that back foot. You don't want to become pedantic in the movement, though. You don't want the student going and stepping up and standing and then going down. You want them to pick up the foot. A good way to do that is to, when they have weapons, have them practice advancing and retreating over the blade. And if they drag their foot, they're going to be hitting the blade, so it gives them something to really practice lifting and stepping over. Okay? So this becomes, so an advance really has 2 parts. Now we do have a 2-tempo advance. 1, 2. Okay. 1. That's what we want to try to work on. But again, it's really that this is slow or quick. Slow, quick. This has big value later on in their fencing and executing all kinds of more complex rhythm and tempo attacks. That's half of their advance, again. But we don't want them going like this and leaning back either. And now they finish their advance. There's half of my advance. But I could retreat. Half advance, retreat. There's half of my retreat. I could finish it. There's half of my retreat. I've lifted my front toe. I haven't leaned over. Okay, this is not half of the retreat. It's just getting hit. And now I could advance. Half retreat, advance, half retreat. Maybe my opponent has lunged at me. Okay, they've fallen short. I took my target away. There's no reason for me to finish and then go forwards. Half retreat. Now I can go forwards. It's one first reason for it. Okay? Half retreat, retreat. Half advance, advance. Half advance, retreat. Half retreat, advance. Half advance, advance. Lunge. One guard retreat. Half retreat, retreat. Lunge. Half retreat, lunge. That's a great one. Now, often this really helps them feel the power. And now I've loaded, but then it will reveal common mistake. Advance, lunge. Oh, I can't lunge because I'm standing on my front foot. So now I did an unintentional half retreat. Okay? Advance, lunge. Advance, see where my weight is? Lunge. And now I've also lost the tempo and right away of my attack against the counter offense. Okay? So again, half steps, it's very important that they be practiced that way. Once again, once you have learned the half steps, then you can add the arms in a variety of different ways. Half advance, extend, lunge. Half advance, retreat, extend. Half retreat, extend, lunge. Extend, half advance, recover, retreat, extend, advance, lunge. Half retreat, extend, recover, retreat. That's an interesting one for later on. Advance, extend, advance, recover, retreat, extend, advance, lunge, recover, extend, recover, retreat. Again, lots of different possibilities. Something the students also tend to do with the arm when they're going to be trying to make a big lunge, they will wind up. Okay? It's not a punch. It's a thrust. Okay? If I'm doing this, I'm giving away. When I start to torque my hips, now I've actually lost the power in my quadriceps. Okay? So learning to be smooth is more important. This is giving it away. It's a tell. My opponent may not even realize I'm starting to threaten them. You know, so I changed my recovery time that time. Nice fun exercise to practice. Just extend. They will tend to be tight when they are first learning. It's okay. It's not tragedy. They have extended. But move slowly. This really is an extension. Later on, now I'm reaching my shoulder and I'm making a thrust. Those are two different things. Extension, thrust. But first, I need to loosen my arm. I could see how many extensions and withdrawals I can make in one advance or during one retreat. And notice I'm finishing my advance with my arm extended. I'm finishing my retreat with my arm back. How many can I do in a lunge? Yeah, not bad. Loosely. 1, 2, 3. And I'm finishing again in my extension. Maybe how many can I do on my recovery? All fun exercises for them to practice.